So it seems like there's way too many options for you to go out and get lending. Some are fast, some are slow, and some you just don't understand. Well, in this video, we're gonna break it down in 3 different tools that you can use to go out and get commercial lending. Coming up. Hey there, it's Billy with Keep On Cash Flow, and I'm back once again to share some tips and strategies with you that are gonna help you to go out and make more money, gonna help you to have more control over your free time, and ultimately live with less stress. So if it's your first time here, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel? And I'm gonna ask you right up front, since you're going to like the content in this video, if you can go ahead and give it a like, and also, if you can share that with other people that are just like you, because by doing that, you're also helping to attract other like-minded people to our community and helping us to continue to grow and grow and grow with like-minded people that we want to be around. So I want to thank you for those things right up front. And I want to get into the content today because actually we have a really something new, something different that we're doing for you. So because I've had a lot of questions around lending and different types of lending and things like that. And I know I typically like to talk to you about the experiences and things that I like to share with you. And I had the opportunity actually to speak with a lending expert as well as an investor, and has done a number of other things, has some secret skills. But one of the things that today's guest actually is a master at is in lending perspective. So I thought we would have just a quick conversation. C and I were talking on some other things, and we kind of stopped the conversation and started this one. So it's really to help you understand about some of the different tools that you can use when you're looking out to go and get lending. So the guy's name is Billy, another Billy, 2 Billys at the same time. So Billy Brown. So why don't we go ahead and listen to the conversation that we're having, and I'll see you at the end of this conversation. So this is a lot of fun, and it's going to be very educational content for you. So I know we wanted to talk today about 3 different ways that you can go out and have commercial lending. And I have like one of the best experts in the world, and also a good friend of mine, Billy Brown, who is going to share really more about these 3 buckets. So Billy, thanks for being here and sharing with the Keep On Cash Flow community.
Absolutely, Billy. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Anything I do to help you out and make it simple for your friends and clients to access equity and access debt for them.
Awesome. So thanks a lot. And I guess, Billy, before we do that, because we really want to talk today about the way that you see the world in terms of lending and kind of those 3 buckets, but can you give us just a really quick background of who you are and the expert that you are in the area of lending?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually started out as a mortgage lender, so residential, back in 2009, and actually liked the investment side of things. So 2014, 15, somewhere in there, I started getting into that world, a bit more commercial lending. I'm actually an investor. So we've owned rental houses for quite a while. Got hooked up with the Real Estate Guys radio program, and we actually syndicated our first apartment complex last year, an 82-unit apartment in Lexington. Follow that up with a 12,000 square foot office complex in my wife's hometown, so we get cash flow plus tax write-off. And now on to my next syndication, which you've actually kind of helped out with and helped brainstorm with me on, so that's been fantastic. I'll update you after this. But that's my world. Commercial lending is what I do for real estate investors, but every now and then I get something around business owners, and what I do is just provide that help, like guidance and access to the debt to be able to get them the exact type of lending they need at the exact time. Awesome.
That is awesome. So as you mentioned, but aside from doing and understanding a lot in the area of lending, also as an investor yourself and a business owner, really excited to hear, I guess, how you see the world from a lending perspective. You can talk to us about those 3 kind of main areas that you see the from a lending perspective. Would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, it's real quick. I mean, you've got the overall arching theme is lending is a tool, and you got to have the right tool for the job. I mean, you can go take down a wall with maybe a fork and a knife, but what you want is a sledgehammer. Or, I mean, you want a surgical tool. So each one of these tools in lending has its own purpose for the outcome desired. Same thing. What's the end result that you're trying to do? What's the asset? and then you're matching that type of lending with the lender that provides that. And that's what I do, just because I'm a national connector. I know what the lenders do and all that. So we broke it down to basically three buckets that make sense for most people that I'm really good at. I'll start with the first one, which I don't really know much about, which is SBA lending.
Okay.
And SBA is Small Business Administration. SBA does not lend money. It's kind of like the FHA or USDA or VA. They don't lend money. They only guarantee it for the banks. Now, there's a few investor specific things you can go do with SBA, but for the most part, it's going to be an owner occupied startup type of deal where you're going to buy a franchise, or you're going to do a restaurant or something like that, where SBA will come in and guarantee a portion of that debt. And there's lots of cool stuff that SBA will do, but SBA does not lend the money. The bank does. So they have their own carve outs within SBA. So that's the first thing. Each bank lender will have its own carve out. And that's what you got to ask, is the SBA will do all this, but a bank may do this over here. So you just got to know that. And that's what I do.
Okay.
Second part is, you want to keep going here, bridge lending.
Yep.
And bridge lending is quick in and out money. It's to go acquire a property. It's to go acquire it, fix it up, and go flip it. It's going to buy a piece of land that you're going to go do construction loan on to go do that. Because, can you believe it or not, lenders are a little bit slow right now. So
wow, unbelievable.
I know, mind blown. It's a little bit slow to get stuff done. You timing wise, and you've got to go take something down fast. You can't wait on the lender. You might miss the deal. So bridge lending bridges that gap between permanent lending or construction loan or whatever, between acquisition, or sometimes it's just hey, I've got a great opportunity here, and if I get money by 3 o'clock today, I get this thing on pennies on the dollars. Like, yeah, that's what bridge lending is for. It's quick in and out. Awesome. It's higher interest, but it's fast. You don't have to worry about whole lot of underwriting unless it's like a really, really big deal. And then the final bucket there is, now you go into commercial real estate lending, which is, hey, now I've got this cash flow producing asset, or it's going to produce cash flow for me somehow, some way. And that's where you break it down in each asset class, where it's mobile home park, where it's an apartment, where it's single family homes or whatever, that where you start matching the specific lender or specific lending for your desired outcome. But the end goal is you buy something that is going to produce cash for you. What does that look like? Is it already stabilized? Is it not stabilized? Does it need to be built? All those type of things has to be factored in and into the equation as far as like what tool you're going to need for that thing. But it all comes down to the asset. And then from there, it's how does the lender get paid back and when? And then after that, it's on the sponsors. Who is guaranteeing the loan? What is their team like? And this is the thing that most people don't stress enough about, especially as these gurus are talking about agency debt and non-recourse lending, that anyone can go get a multifamily home right now through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac for their multifamily stuff. That's not true. You've got to have a team. And where most people, I'm going to say die on the vine, but where most people stop growing in their investment opportunities is they think about me, myself, and I, how I go buy investment property, or how I go buy this. In order to grow, you have to go create a team. You have to go create a team. You have to go create a team. That's what lenders are looking for, because as of right now, there's a little bit of chaos in the world. When the hits the fan, the lender has to be assured that you have the team to be able to navigate through the waters. So don't overlook that when it comes to lending, is recruiting your team.
Okay. You know what, Billy, you have hit these kind of 3 areas right on the head. And I guess it's wonderful to hear when you're looking at, your commercial lending, you're really looking at a particular asset, and that asset is going to be able to produce cash flow. And then based on that, and not just the individual, but the team will improve your chances of being able to access the amount of debt that you need. You also talked about another tool. I love the way that you think about this as a tool, which is on more of the faster bridge type of lending, which is the tool when you need to be able to get in and get out quickly because you don't have time to wait for what is normally the traditional process. And then from there, you also have the third area, which is really on a specific project basis, where the SBA or the Small Business Administration can guarantee a portion of the loan, but it's not actually lending the capital. So I love the way that you break that down for many people and many teams, and really appreciate you sharing that with our community today and with everyone who's watching the video, as well as reading our blog. So Billy, can you do us a favor and just, if anyone's interested in reaching out and finding out more directly from you, how they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it's real simple. My website, billybrown.me, BILLYBROWN.me. You'll probably have that in your blog. Best place to go look for research, frequently asked questions, and all that, contact info. But I will tell you, whether it's me or someone else, start talking to a lender at the very first thought of you actually going to go buy something or do something, because they have to know from the beginning what your mindset is, and it's going to morph. It's fine, but they have to have a basis for what you're going to do to make sure that you're not just assuming that you're going to be able to get a loan because you're a doctor or a whatever, high paying something. They don't care about that anymore. You gotta. That's great, but you've got to have the asset behind it. You got a team behind it. So start from the very beginning to talk with your lender.
All right, perfect. So make sure that you get started early, get yourself educated. And this has been very helpful. Go back, review the 3 different areas that you can look at in the lending space. And Billy, I really appreciate you being here and sharing your knowledge and expertise with us.
Thanks. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to your team.
Okay. Thanks, Billy. So I really hope that you found lots of value in the conversation. Billy is amazing. He's such an expert in the area of lending, and hopefully you have a much better idea of the 3 different tools that you can use to go out and get more commercial lending. So one of the things, and I think most of you know, I used lending to get started with my real estate career, and I was doing that while I was working a day job, and as most of you know, I'm continuing to do that. So at the same time building my business. So if you want to understand how I've been able to do that and also skip a lot of the mistakes that I made, making it really easy for you, you can go pick up an ebook at keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. Just need to go there, leave your name, leave your email, and we'll be sure to be in touch with you really quickly. So once again, this is Billy with Keep on Cash Flow. It's my 2 cents for today. And as always, hasta la próxima.